Welcome to The Amazing Facts. Stay tuned.
Sappho was an ancient Greek female poet known for her lyrical poetry, which was known for its great emotion and depiction of love. Because she was born on the Greek island of Lesbos, she is regarded as the first lesbian poet. Little is known about her life, since she was born around 620 BC and died about 50 years later. Much of her poetry has unfortunately been destroyed, while some pieces have been painstakingly stitched together from surviving bits. Details about her life are difficult to piece together because there are few trustworthy sources. Historians, for example, are divided over whether to accept her poems as trustworthy autobiographical evidence. Sappho's life. Sappho was born to an aristocratic family on the Greek island of Lesbos. While researchers frequently assert that her riches enabled her to live the life she desired, this cannot be confirmed. Sappho's riches would not have protected her from the expectations of her family and society, as most women in ancient Greece married according to the traditions and conventions of their city-states. Most likely, she was permitted to live as she liked because of the strong regard for women in Lesbos and Sappho's own distinct personality. According to legend, she married a man named Sisylas from the island of Andros, and they had one daughter named Clays. Sappho was characterized as violet-haired, pure, honey-smiling by her friend and fellow poet Alcaeus, despite her diminutive stature. Sappho appears to have been a powerful character in the local community. Her poetry is inspired by the intrigue of royal life and the events she attends, such as festivals and military parades. She appears to have drawn a group of female pupils who were interested in Sappho's teachings and poetry. This has been described as a female's finishing school, offering instruction for young ladies before they marry. The school's patron deity was Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and sexual desire. According to historical evidence, she and her family were briefly deported to Sicily because of political unrest on the island of Lesbos. The sexuality of Sappho. Sappho is occasionally referred to be a lesbian. The term lesbian originates from her birthplace, Lesbos. There is, however, no strong evidence of her sexuality. Her poems show strong feelings for a wide range of people, both men and women. They may or may not be autobiographical. In addition, there was a higher acceptance of homoeroticism in Greek society, with love of the same gender regarded as a natural practice. Sappho's colony of young ladies was most likely akin to the all-male communities of Athens and Sparta. Sappho appears to be an early figure of lesbian literature when combined with her impassioned poetry. Sappho's friendships, according to Maximus of Tyre, were akin to those of Socrates, implying that Sappho had a group of like-minded companions drawn together by a love of art, poetry, and culture. Sappho may have been the leader of a formal academy, similar to a school, according to some speculation. It is, however, more likely to be a less formal group of friends. Poetry of Sappho. Sappho's poetry frequently centers around themes of love and passion, and her language is clear and simple. There is remarkable vividness and directness within her poems. The tone is frequently conversational, conveying a sense of immediacy and motion. The poems were also performed to music, thus, they had to be lyrical in nature. Her poetry was composed in the uncommon Aeolic Greek dialect, which explains why her writings got progressively lost as fewer individuals were able to interpret them. Because of the limitations of Aeolic Greek meter, there is a great deal of variation in English translations. Her popularity, however, was well known even throughout the classical period. Plato dubbed her the 10th muse. Her reputation for sensuality and homoeroticism made her works less well known throughout medieval times. But there has been a resurgence of interest in her work in the 20th century. This revival was aided by the discovery of numerous old documents in a waste dump at Oxyrhynchus, an ancient location, in 1896. which witnessed the recovery of many poems and fragments of Sappho's works. Death of Sappho. Sappho's cause of death is unclear. The narrative that she committed suicide by falling from the Leucadian cliffs over the unrequited love of a gorgeous ferryman named Phaon was originated by the Greek comedy writer Menander. This is exceedingly implausible and has been denied by historians as recently as the Greek writer Strabo. The Leucadian cliff was a renowned lover's leap based on the tale of Aphrodite throwing herself into the sea while mourning the death of Adonis. Menander might have been mocking romantic love by having a woman noted for her lesbian love poems commit suicide over a male. Interestingly, another notable woman, Artemisia of Caria, c. 480 BCE, was reported to have committed suicide by hurling herself into the sea, possibly from the same location. The suicide narrative of Artemisia has also been debunked. Sappho appears to have lived into old age and died naturally, but this, like much of her life's events, is far from clear. What is certain is that she was a gifted poet whose work made her renowned. Her poetry was so well known. You may forget, but let me tell you, this, someone in some future time will think of us, Sappho, the art of loving women.
That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe our channel for